So you want to become an architect? Well, in today's video, we'll be going over the necessary steps to become one. My name is Ntwadimela Thomas. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome to NT Arc Studio. So I've recently obtained my official architect license within the past couple of weeks. My license pertains specifically to the state of Georgia, and it's just been a great feeling to have finally achieved this milestone. Looking back at my own journey, I feel like I can shed some light on the process of what goes into becoming an architect. So if you're ready to get into it, let's get started. So the first step begins with education. There are numerous universities across the US to research and choose from that provide architecture as a major. However, not all of these university programs are accredited. As a result, some university programs won't count towards your licensure path. Acceptable universities must fall under the National Architectural Accrediting Board, or NAAB for short. Any non-NAAB accredited school will not be acceptable to the licensure board, so it's important to research this before making a decision. If not, you may just waste 4 years of your time. Fortunately, NAAB has a great website with helpful research tools. They allow users to see the number of accredited programs across the US broken down per state. From there, users can research a specific university, see whether they offer an accredited bachelor's, an accredited master's program, or a combination of both. There are several options you can go to complete the required schooling. The route that I chose was to do a 4 years Bachelor's of Environmental Design, followed up immediately by a 2-year master's, and that allowed me to have the credentials I needed and transition to the next stage of the process, which is internship hours. The governing body for this step is known as the National Council of Architectural Registration Board, or NCARB for short. The process involves signing up for an account with NCARB, paying a registration fee, and having your transcripts sent and verified by the board. Hopefully, while all of this is happening, you will have already been hired by your first architecture firm in order to begin tracking Architectural Experience Hours, or AXP for short. As it currently stands, there are 3,740 required AXP hours you must complete. This equates to roughly 2 years, but can extend beyond depending on your working dynamic. These hours are spread across 6 different categories, which include practice management, project management, programming and analysis, project planning and design, project development and documentation, and construction and evaluation. Prior to tracking your AXP hours, NCARB requires you to have an AXP supervisor. This is somebody who is typically an architect already licensed, or somebody in a senior position who can sign off on your internship hours as you progress. It's recommended that you don't wait too long to track these hours. You want to be in the habit of doing these regularly. I would suggest every 1 to 2 months. NCARB does allow you to do 6 months of catalog, but to stay organized and everything, I think you want to do it a lot more frequently. Upon completion of the AXP hours, you are now positioned for the final step in licensure, which is examination. There have been several editions of testing for licensure throughout the years. The current 5th edition of the Architectural Registration Examination, or ARE 5.0, consists of 6 exams total. These 6 exams are actually the same ones that align with your AXP internship hours you did previously. The exams are designed to test you on a broad range of content areas that architects are required to be familiar with. These range from consultant-client contracts to programming, site analysis, specifications, drawing sets and details, consultant coordination. In total, it equates to almost 20 hours of testing, and it's broken down as follows: practice management, project management, programming and analysis, project planning and design, project development and documentation, and construction and evaluation. Each of the exams consists of question styles ranging from multiple choice, check all that apply, hotspots, drag and place, and multiple question case studies. This final step to obtain your architect license consists of sending in your NCARB transcript to the jurisdiction for which you're testing in. From there, the jurisdiction will verify that you have completed all of the schooling, intern, and examination requirements before issuing you an official registration number. And from there, you are officially a licensed architect. It's important to understand a few things after obtaining your license. There is an annual fee to maintain your license within the state, and not paying it will result in defaulting. It's important to make sure your license remains current by checking the renewal date. There is a continuing education portion to licensing that must be maintained, where you run the risk of your license defaulting. Architecture is an ever-evolving profession, and it's important for registered architects to maintain a pulse on this evolution within the field. New products, code updates, practices, and more continuously change. The continuing education piece is designed to keep architects up to speed as the field progresses. As with any licensing credentials, there are rules and regulations established and should be followed for appropriate practice within your profession. There are both national level and state level standards that you should adhere to as a practicing architect. Ultimately, becoming a licensed architect is a long and rigorous process. It is intended so because it comes with a certain degree of responsibility. Many of us are in this field because we want to create art across the physical landscape. And while this can be deeply fulfilling, it is important to realize that real people use and inhabit our buildings. As a result, we hold a high level of responsibility for their well-being. This standard for your contribution to the field begins with you, and it extends down to your consultant team and any other members that may be on your design team. I'd like to thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope you found some value in this video. If you'd like to stay up to date with future videos, I invite you to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you around in a future video. Thank you.